Hi, I'm Michael. No, wait. I'm not Michael. I'm Zach. And Michael is the incredibly nice and good-looking fiancée my roommate, Adriana, who I have a massive crush on, by the way, just introduced me to. Yeah, she's never mentioned him before, and honestly, if he hadn't just turned up at our door, I might have actually told her how I feel about her. I guess I dodged that humiliation. If you are, then I'm glad, because I'm still so shocked that I'm just sitting here, listening to Michael tell me all about how amazing he is, when I would literally rather be eaten alive by a pack of hyenas right about now. You see, Michael normally goes to the gym every day, but with all the isolation going on, he's come up with his own custom home workout. Apparently all his followers online love it. Michael also just bought a brand new dream car. It's so great for the environment, and he loves the attention to detail and the craftsmanship. Michael loves blues music too. He plays sometimes at his local bar, and an agent has been sending him emails about getting a recording done. If only he wasn't so busy working as a trainer for top athletes, then he'd already be on tour. Blah blah, he's so perfect blah. Michael, I think Zach has been out all day, and the food is getting cold, Adriana said, just as Michael began to launch into another story where he was really awesome. Oh wow, your famous tacos! I can't believe I didn't notice how great everything smelled. He got up and began to rummage through our kitchen. Where do you keep the plates, sweetheart? Adriana sent me an apologetic look and rushed to help him. Meanwhile, I decided in a moment of pettiness that I would build myself one mega taco with the best morsels of food before Michael returned. I took a huge mouthful just as they walked back. You gotta love Adriana's cooking, right? Michael said and slapped me on the shoulder. Something slipped down the back of my throat, and I began to cough and choke hard. Food sprayed everywhere as I gasped for breath. Oh my god, Zach! Adriana rushed over and started smacking my back as I clutched my throat. I've got this. Michael shouted and grabbed me from behind, his fist hitting under my ribs so hard I felt the bones creak. A piece of pepper shot out of my mouth and slapped wetly onto the table. I sucked in a huge gasp of air and dropped onto the sofa with my head in my hands. Thanks, I stuttered. Wow, I totally saved your life, Michael said. He took out his phone. I have to tell my followers, they're going to love this story. Wait, don't. I started to protest, but he'd already held up his phone, the camera pointing over at the two of us. Hey there, all my people. As some of you know today, I was heading out to catch up with my gorgeous fiancée, Adriana, and check this out. I met her roommate, Zach, this guy with the red face right here, and I saved his life. I felt like I was dying inside as I waved cautiously at the camera and shot a helpless look at Adriana. She was still wide-eyed and shrugged back at me. If I thought that Adriana was a hurricane when I first met her, then Michael was a tsunami, a total explosion of personality that seemed to suck the air out of the room. I'll clean this up, I said once he put the phone down. I noticed he hadn't apologized for the backslap that caused me to choke in the first place. Was it really saving someone's life if you caused the problem? Wasn't there something where it canceled out? I should probably call Melody too. She put a lot of effort into today. Oh, who's Melody? Michael asked. Zach's friend. She's my girlfriend, I told Michael, cutting off Adriana. It was better this way. She had Michael, and Melody would help cover up for my crush for a while. Adriana looked surprised. I didn't realize you'd decided to get together. Well, I've always really liked how honest Melody is, I said. She flinched at the jab and looked away. And we had a great time today hiking. I'm just so glad she decided to move back here. We'll finally give it a shot. That's cool. Today is just all about romance, huh? Michael filled a taco and handed it to me. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to give you two some privacy. I grabbed a plate and retreated out of the lounge. I thought I heard Adriana say my name as I walked off, but I ignored it. In my room, I took out my phone and saw a message from Melody that read, Zach, I'm so glad you're cool with being friends still. Adriana seemed nice. Good luck. It was the final blow my pride could take. I ate my taco sullenly, then decided to call Melody. I needed someone to talk to. Zach, what's up? She answered. I poured out the whole story. The candlelit dinner Adriana put together, the arrival of the fiancé, and my total devastation. I also said we were dating, I admitted. What? Zach! I get that you were upset, but He paused suddenly. You know what? It might not be the worst idea. Huh? But I thought we agreed. Not dating for real. We already found out that wasn't going to work. Melody sounded excited. I mean, making it seem like we might be. She got super jealous when I stayed over. There was totally a spark. I bet seeing us together would drive her crazy. Melody, this doesn't sound like a good idea. I wasn't ready to get caught up in another ridiculous scheme. Such a boy way to think. It's perfect. I'll come over first thing, we'll fake being really into each other, and she'll get really jealous. She'll realize she's into you and break up with Michael. It's like a movie. It did sound like a movie, a bad one, where everything went wrong. I really don't think this is a good idea, I warned, but Melody was already rattling off the time she'd arrive. Oh, gotta go. Mom is calling me. See you in the morning, lover boy. She laughed and hung up before I could stop her. Deciding my evening was only going to keep getting worse, I went to bed early and put on some music to drown out the sound of Adriana and Michael talking in the living room. I didn't need to fall asleep listening to them flirt. When I woke up the next morning, I dressed and wandered from my room to grab a cup of coffee. Hey, can you pour me a cup too? I jumped a mile and spilled coffee all over the counter, turning to find Michael laid on the couch in a makeshift bed. He rubbed a hand through his hair like he was embarrassed. Michael, why are you on the sofa? I asked. First night reunion, and he's sleeping in our living room? It didn't make any sense at all. Oh, man. Adriana's really traditional. You didn't know that? Michael said. That didn't sound like the Adriana I knew at all. But whatever. He was the fiancé, and after all, I made him a cup of coffee anyway, and cleaned up what I spilled. So, would it be okay if I used your bathroom? I just don't want to wake her up. Ladies in their beauty sleep, am I right? He laughed and slapped me on the shoulder, just like he had the night before. This time, I didn't choke. But man, I just did not like Michael at all. Yeah, go ahead. I tried to at least sound welcoming, and if Michael noticed how frustrated I was, then he didn't say anything. I glanced at the clock on the wall. Melody was supposed to come by soon on her rescue mission. At least I wouldn't have to spend a whole day trapped with the loved-up couple. I fixed a bowl of cereal and was about to watch some TV when Adriana shuffled out of her bedroom looking like she hadn't slept all night. Hey, she grunted and poured a huge cup of coffee. Is he still here? Michael? I asked, surprised that she looked so unhappy. Yeah, he's just using my bathroom. Adriana rolled her eyes and muttered something in Spanish that I was pretty confident meant something unpleasant. Is everything okay? I sounded concerned, but inside, I admit, I was pretty excited. Adriana, sweetheart. Michael walked out of my room looking clean-cut and well-rested. Stop, Michael, please, Adriana said. She sounded stressed. You said you'd be gone before I was up. I'm up, and you're still here. You don't mean it. We have such a good thing together, Michael protested. I froze where I sat. I didn't want to draw attention to myself as the argument unfolded around me. Was I smiling? I really hoped not. Michael, I broke off the engagement months ago. It's over. You're a nice guy, but not the one for me, Adriana said. We had this conversation already last night. I don't want to argue again. We're done. Go home and find someone else. But no, Michael. Adriana cut him off brutally. Michael sighed. This is a mistake. We're so great together. You'll change your mind eventually. I won't, Adriana declared. She walked over to the front door and held it open. Now go home. I wish you all the best, Michael, but not with me at your side. I said what I wanted to start again, and that's exactly what I plan to do. Michael was quiet for once. His head hung low as he pulled together a few belongings scattered on the table and downed the last of his coffee. Don't wait too long to figure out what you want. I won't wait forever, he warned as he stepped outside. Don't wait at all. Adriana replied. Finally shutting the door on Michael, Adriana collapsed back against it and sighed. That seemed rough, I said. She nodded. I really thought I was doing everything right, finding the perfect boyfriend that my family loved. I think it just wasn't what I wanted, you know? This place was kind of a new start. Adriana smiled a little wryly. I just didn't think my past would turn up on my doorstep. Listen, I think I should tell you. The whole thing with Melody, I kind of made it up, I admitted. Michael really threw me. I kind of thought we might. Anyway, I said I was seeing Melody because I was embarrassed. It's nothing. We decided to just be friends. Adriana's smile became more genuine. She opened her mouth to say something, but there was a sudden knocking on the door. Melody, I realized, and panicked. We'd made that dumb plan last night, and she was here to see it through. Wait, I began, but Adriana had already opened the door. Hey, Adriana, you look, fine, I guess. Zach! Melody pushed past Adriana and ran over to me. Before I could tell her that it was okay to abort the whole plan, she jumped into my arms and kissed me hard. Zach, you know I even missed you after one night, she said, and pulled up my arms so I'd be wrapped around her. Adriana shot me an angry look and slammed the door shut. It was nothing, she snapped. This doesn't look like nothing to me. I looked down at Melody and back at Adriana. This was really going to take some explaining.